So we're just going to take ourselves into a nice strong standing position, rounded through the feet. And we're going to start super simple. We're just shifting side to side, mobilizing through the feet. Okay, and then we're just going to shift forward and back onto the toes and the balls of the feet, noticing the connection of all 10 of those toes onto the ground. And then if we would like to take it right up onto those toes, we're going to press down through the big toe. Just create a nice stable position at the top. Nice activation through the calves. We're going to do one more. Relax it down. And we're going to take ourselves into a single leg stance. So lengthen through the supporting side. Lift up through that foot, and we're just going to circle through the ankle. Nice big full circle. And then we're going to change direction. So I'm going to switch to the other side. So lengthen through that supporting side, lift up through that leg, big circles through the ankle. And then we're going to change direction. Okay, so from there, we're going to take ourselves down onto the mat into a high kneeling position. We're going to have the toes onto the mat. And we're just going to sit the bottom back onto the heels. If that feels a little bit too intense, we can just lift and lower out of that. And the goal is to try and hold this position for as long as possible, but if we need to lift out of it, we can. If the knees are an issue, then we place the hands down in front of us, and then we just rock back and two. So the hands take some of the load off the knees. And we're getting release through the plantar fascia of the foot to the underside of the foot, and we're also asking for mobility through the toes and the ankles. And then from there, we're going to place the toes, the tops of the feet flat onto the mat. And we're going to do exactly the same thing. So remember, if the knees are the issue, the hands come down to offload the knees, and then we rock back and forth for mobility through the knees. Otherwise, we're going to hold this position. Again, if you need to take yourself into the high kneeling position to reset, you can. If you want a little bit more from this, we're going to take the hands, fingertips out and behind us. We're going to just lift and open through the chest. And then we're just going to lift the bottom away from the heels and open through the front of the body. We breathe. We're just going to hold that position for a moment. Okay, we relax that down. We're going to take it into the 4-point kneeling position, and we're going to step the hands forward. So if you wanted to do this in a standing position, because kneeling is not great, then you can place the hands onto something, and all we're going to do is sit the bottom back, so we're getting that nice tabletop position through the shoulders. Okay, in the kneeling position, we step the hands forward. Okay, and we're just going to shift the bottom back and create length from the fingertips to the shoulder. We lift up and out of that, and then we're going to go again. We sit the bottom back, create length from the fingertips to the shoulder, and then we draw that forward. Back we go. Amazing. So the key focus here are the shoulders. Create that nice shift back and forward, creating that release through the shoulders and the mid back. We're going to do that once more. And then from there, we're going to place the toes onto the mat and lift ourselves into the downward facing dog. So we lift up through the knees. We ease the heels down towards the ground. Press down and away through the heels of the hands and the tailbones pointing back. Okay, and from here, we're just going to walk nice and gently, walk the feet in towards us. So we can bend those knees when we need to, come up onto those fingertips. So we're in this forward fold position. Take a moment just to breathe and relax into this position. And with the next breath out, we're going to roll up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. We get to the top and we're going to roll through those shoulders. Nice big shoulder rolls gliding forward, up and over and opening the chest. Nice big shoulder rolls. Amazing. From there, we're just going to repeat that movement pattern, okay? So we're going to draw ourselves down into the 4-point kneeling position. We're going to take the hands forward. This time, okay, we're going to widen the hands into a Y shape, okay? So my hands are on either side of the mat. So I've stepped them forward and step them out. We're going to do exactly the same. We sit the bottom back and then we draw it forward. Okay, so with this now, we're really thinking about the mid-back as well as the shoulders. Okay, but I want you to take your focus onto the mid-back. Really nice mobility through there. We draw the weight onto the hands and then we shift it back. Chest down to the ground. And we'll draw it forward. And we're going to do one more of those. Slip the bottom back and draw it forward. Okay, we narrow those hands, so we step the hands back in towards each other. Place the toes down onto the mat, lift the knees, and again we take it into that downward facing dog. So pressing down and away through the heels of the hands. Ease the heels down towards the ground, tailbone back. Nice strong position, really engaging through those shoulders. And then from there, we're going to walk the feet back into towards the hands. So when we need to bend the knee, we can. We need to come up onto the fingertips, we can. And we're in that forward fold position. So we're thinking about the hinge of the hips. And we're just, again, taking a moment to breathe. Relax through the shoulders and the rib cage. Relax to the crown of the head. And we're making sure we're evenly balanced over the base of the big toe, base of the little toe, and the heel. With the next breath out, we're going to roll up, restacking the spine, one vertebra at a time. We're going to take ourselves into that strong standing position. And from there, we're going to roll the shoulders. So we'll glide forward, up and over, and then draw those shoulders back. And glide forward, up and over, and draw the shoulders back. We're going to do that once more. And then we're just going to place the hands behind the back, lift and open through the chest. And then from here, we're gonna widen the stance slightly so my feet are just on the edge of the mat. And we're going to hinge through the hips. So as I do this, I've got a slight bend in the knees, so I'm not locking the knees out. And the movement is coming from the hips. So we're trying not to tip through the upper body or tuck the tailbone under, okay? Tailbone back, we hinge through the hips. And if you're a little bit unsure of this exercise to if you're doing it right, then if you've got a long mirror, side facing, you can mix exercise and just take a look at what's going on. So it doesn't have to be a huge movement, but it's a really important one. Okay, so we're hinging through those hips. And we're going to do that once more. Amazing. Relax the hands down. So now we're going to take ourselves through a little sequence. I'm going to give you 2 variations. Okay. We've done it recently, but slightly different. Okay. We draw the knee to the chest. Variation 1. We step the foot back and the foot is flat. Okay. We take the hands to the sky. So strong and stable. Yeah. If you are wobbling everywhere, you can widen the stance a little bit, as in step the foot out to the side. Okay. But the goal is to be able to complete this with a fairly narrow stance to feel strong and stable. From there, we draw it straight back up into chest. So it's about creating a fluent movement. Now, if we're going to challenge the body more, yeah, we're going to draw the knee to the chest. We're going to step it back. We're going to lower the knee down towards the ground, but it's not going to touch the ground. Okay, so we lower the knee down towards the ground, hands up to the sky. We lift it back up. We draw the knee to the chest. Okay, so you get to decide the range of movement. Okay, so it may be that it's a small movement. Now, in this position, you should have a nice alignment, knee, hip, shoulder, fingertips. So we shouldn't be here, okay? So we take it down, then we power it back up, knee to chest. Okay, we step it back. So remember, you can always go back to variation 1 if you need it. Okay, we're going to do 1 more repetition. And step it back. Lower that down. Draw it up. Bring it back together. And we switch to the other side. Okay, so variation 1. Knee to the chest. We step it back, flat back foot. Hands to the sky. And again, this one is nice alignment, hips, shoulders, fingertips. We power it back up. Knee to the chest. Okay, variation 2. We step it back onto the toes, knee down towards the ground, arms above the head, and power it up. So remember the knee, even if it does touch the ground, almost like it's just giving it a peck. Okay? So it doesn't, you don't take your weight down onto the knee. It's a light touch, if any. Okay. Step that back, knee to the ground. And remember, we're looking at nice alignment, knee, hip, shoulder, fingertips. And power it up. We're going to do one more. We step it back. Fingertips to the sky. We bring it together. Narrow stance. Glide the hands down to the knees, and we're just going to circle through those knees. And as you do it, I'd like you to think about a nice deep knee bend as you work through the circle. Just notice that connection of the feet to the ground. And then we're going to change direction. Nice big circles through those knees. Remember that nice deep knee bend. Amazing. We stand it up into a nice strong standing position. Widen through the feet. We're going to circle through the hips. We're going to take it to the side. Open forward. Side. Scoop it round. Okay. So key focus is on movement through the hips. Tiggy, I can see you through the camera. Okay. Side, scoop it round, side, open it forward. So really nice for mobility through the hips to release any tension. We're going to change direction. And I want you to think about the pelvis, the hips and the movement. And we can get this nice release through the inner thighs. Scoop it round. Amazing. Okay, relax back to center. So now we're going to do a little sequence with the shoulders, which we will do a couple of times like we did with the first set of exercises where we did a repetition. The next set will be exactly the same, okay? So we're going to take the hands out, so palms facing forward, and we're going to just kind of set the shoulders in a really nice position. It's a nice strong position. The hands and the arms come back slightly, so they're slightly behind the body, okay? And from there, we're drawing the elbows back towards one another, okay? So that we're drawing the elbows towards spine, and then we release, okay? We're drawing the elbows back towards the spine, and then we release. We draw the elbows back towards the spine. So you can see my arms are slightly back. Okay, it's a very subtle movement. Okay, we release that out. We go again. We release that out, and we're going to do that once more. And we release that out. Okay, so now we're going to take ourselves down onto the mat. Okay, and we're going to take it into high kneeling position with one foot stepped forward. Okay, from here, we're going to take the opposite hand to the front leg, or the same hand as the back leg, comes down, we place it next to the front foot. Okay, the other arm is going to be the one that's moving. Okay, so if high kneeling isn't an option, you can do this in a standing position. Okay, and you're using the hand, the same hand as the front leg. Okay, and you will do exactly the same movement, which will be rotate and hand to the sky, and then hand to the knee. Okay, so we rotate, hand to the sky, we bring it, hand to the knee. So in a high kneeling position, okay, slightly different. You'll see what I mean in a minute, okay? Hand to the sky, okay? This time the elbow is coming down towards the ground, okay? We take the hand to the sky. Then the elbow comes down towards the ground. Okay. Hand to the sky. Elbow comes down to the ground. And we're going to do that once more. Hand to the sky. Elbow comes down to the ground. Okay, we lift up and out of that, and we're going to switch to the other side. Okay, so remember, if high kneeling isn't an option, standing position, the same hand as, no it's not, it's the same hand as the front leg that moves. Okay, we rotate round, then the elbow comes to the knee. Okay, we rotate round, the elbow comes to the knee, okay? Hand down, next to the foot. We take the hand to the sky. The elbow comes down towards the ground. Take the hand to the sky. The elbow comes down towards the ground. Take the hand to the sky. Take the elbow down towards the ground. Take the hand to the sky. The elbow down, comes down to the ground. We're going to do one more. Hand to the sky. We lift up and out of that. We're going to take ourselves into a front lying position. Okay, so in this position, we're going to ground the pelvis. We're looking down towards the ground, so we're not super extending the neck by looking forward, looking down towards the ground. And from here, we're going to draw the arms down by the sides, but we're going to take them into the position that we had when we were standing. Okay, so palms are flat onto the ground and the elbows are bent. Okay, approximately a 90-degree angle. Okay, from there we're going to lift up. You can see that we're going to lift up through the hands, and we're going to draw the elbows towards one another as if they were going to move towards the spine. And then we release. Okay, to stabilize the spine and pelvis, we squeeze through the glutes. Okay, so we lift the hands, draw the elbows towards the spine, and then we release. We lift the hands, draw the elbows towards the spine, and release it. We lift the hands. We draw the elbows towards the spine, and we release. We're going to do that one more. Lift the hands, draw the elbows towards one another, and then we release. Okay, from here, we push ourselves up and out of that position, and we bring ourselves onto the balls of the feet into that crouch position, and then we're going to lift ourselves up and out of that into the standing position. Okay, strong standing position, palms facing forward, elbows bent. We're just going to gently take those arms back, so they're slightly behind the body, and then we're going to draw the elbows back. So we try and keep the hands in that start position rather than drawing forward. Okay, but if you do draw forward a little bit, That's okay. We release. We squeeze and release. So really, really great for shoulder stability. Okay, really activates around the shoulders. Really great for posture. And just squeezing that together and then release. We're going to do one more. Squeeze together and release. Amazing. From there, either standing position, okay, or with a split stance, or we're going to take ourselves into the high kneeling position with 1 foot forward. So same hand as the back, knee comes down next to the front leg. The other hand, we reach the fingertips to the sky. Then we draw the elbow down towards the ground. We take the fingertips to the sky. Elbow down towards the ground. There we go, fingertips to the sky. Take the elbow down to the ground. Once more. We lift up and out of that and we switch to the other side. Okay, so hand comes down next to that front foot and then we take the fingertips to the sky, followed by the elbow touching the ground. Fingertips to the sky. The elbow moves in the direction towards the ground. Okay, so if you can't touch the ground, don't worry, it just comes with practice. Just do your best. Okay, once more. We lift up and out of that, and then we take ourselves into front lying position. Okay, so a little squeeze through the glutes to stabilize the pelvis, looking down towards the ground. We take the elbows and the hands down by the sides, palms facing the ground. We're bending through the elbows about 90 degrees. We're going to lift through the hands. And then, like we did in a standing position, we're squeezing the elbows together. And then we release. We lift the hands. Draw those elbows behind us, towards each other. And we release. We lift the hands. Remember that nice gentle squeeze of the glutes to stabilize the pelvis. And we release. Good. Lift the hands. Squeeze. And release. And we're going to do one more of those. Okay. We push ourselves out of that position. And we're going to take ourselves into a seated position. Legs out in front of us, feet grounded. Fingers pointing back if we can. Alternatively, they could point to the side. And we're just going to draw those shoulder blades down towards the back pockets and open through the chest. Just hold that position, really lovely for opening out through the chest and shoulders. Just take a moment to breathe. Okay. So we take the legs straight and we lengthen through the spine. So we're creating a nice L shape through the body. If you need fingertips down behind you to support you, you can. And then, okay, this is the position we're going to hold. We're going to take the fingertips out in front of us, palms facing one another. Okay. So, I'm going to use my right hand. I'm going to reach forward with my right hand. And then I'm going to draw my elbow back to point in a backwards direction. Okay. I'm going to glide the hand forward. I'm going to draw the elbow back. So if you're a little bit unsure of what to do, just take a look at the video. Draw the elbow back. Maintain that nice length through the spine. Glide it forward. Lengthen through the spine. Draw the elbow back. Kind of like drawing a bow. We're going to do that once more. Glide it forward. Draw it back. Okay, relax down. Place the hands down behind you, flat. And just take a moment to relax through the hips, relax through the legs, relax through the shoulders. A couple of nice big full breaths. And then we're going to go again, but on the other side. Into a nice lengthened position. If you need fingertips to help you, you can. Take the arms out in front, palms together. This time we're going to do the left hand. So we reach forward. We draw the elbow back. We reach forward. We draw the elbow back. Remember that hand is staying close to the body. We reach forward. We draw the elbow back. We're going to do that once more. Reach it forward. We draw the elbow back. Amazing. Place the hands down behind us. Palms flat, just let go of the hips. Relax through the legs. Nice opening through the chest. Awesome. Okay, so next exercise is going to be in the same position, but this time we're going to work through the lower body. Okay, again, you can use the fingertips to assist you. We're going to do the bottom walks. So we're going to draw one heel away from us, lift the bum cheek, and we walk it forward. Okay, so again, if you're unsure, just take a look at what I'm doing. So glide one heel away from you, lift up through the bum cheek, and that comes forward. Glide it forward. So the beauty of using the fingertips down to support us is that we can really focus on length of that step forward with the bum cheek. Okay. Now once we've hit a point where we want to stop or we've hit an end point, we're going to go backwards. So exactly the same. The heel grows towards us, the bottom walks backwards this time. Okay, so the heel grows towards us, the bottom walks backwards. Again, the beauty of the fingertips is it means you can really create length in that movement. Okay, now if that feels really good, you can go hands-free. Okay, you'll probably find you get a little bit more shift through the body. That's okay. But if you're getting loads and loads of shift, just place the fingers down to assist you with that. And walk it back, walk it back, walk it back. Okay, awesome. From there, bend through those knees, the fingertips are coming down behind us, and we're just going to roll the knees from side to side. So with this, thinking about fluency of movement as we transition from one side to the other. Nice fluent movement. And remember, try not to grip through the neck and shoulders. So nice fluid movement. It should feel low effort, should feel pretty easy. If it doesn't, I want you to have a think about why it doesn't. What is it that's making this more challenging for you? Okay, but the goal is to be able to do this super easy, super simple. Okay, so we take the legs out straight again, we lengthen through the spine. We're going to take the palms out in front. So we're on the second cycle of the few exercises we've just done. Okay, palms facing together, arms out in front of us. Glide the hand forward, draw the elbow back, palm is close to the body, and we just draw that elbow back and rotate round. We'll glide it forward. You might notice there's a little shift in the legs as you rotate that back. That's okay, yeah? Again, we're focusing on efficiency of movement. Glide that back. Amazing. Bring it forward. Glide that back. Okay, we're going to do one more. Amazing. Okay. We're going to go, in fact, we'll do that at the end. The rest of the stuff at the end. We're going to go straight into the other side this time. Palms together, lengthening through the spine. This time I'm going to work the left side, so I'm gliding all the way forward, drawing the elbow back. Glide it forward, and then drawing the elbow back. All the way forward. Glide it back. And once more. Okay, this time we're going to place the hands flat behind us, let go of the hips, open through the chest, and just take a moment to breathe. From there, lift up into that L shape. This time, lower body moving. We're going to do the bum cheek walks. Okay, so you can use fingertips if you want, or you can do it hands free. So if you're working hands free, I want you to think about minimizing the shift through the upper body. Okay, and I want you to really think about just maintaining that nice long length, stride length or glide length of the heel. Okay, so it's still about that nice big long glide. Okay, and then we take it back. So nice long glide. Use those hands if that's easier for you. Amazing. Okay, we've done the knees and we're just going to glide from side to side. So again, the goal is to create a super easy movement where we're transitioning from one side to the other, nice and fluent, nice roll through the pelvis. Okay. Amazing. From there, we're going to take hold of the hamstrings, roll back onto the ground, and just hug the knees to the chest, give them a little wiggle, massage that lower back into the mat. Okay. From here, fingertips, we'll keep the legs in the same position, knees to chest, fingertips to the sky, and then we're just going to extend through those arms overhead, Ideally, we want to get to a point where the arms will relax down to the ground, but if you're not quite there yet, just keep that moving and work with the movement you've got. We don't force it. We repeat it, and then when you're ready, you ask the body for a little bit more. We're going to do one more. And from there, we're going to place both feet down onto the ground and we're going to straighten one leg. Okay, so my right knee is bent, foot is grounded. My left leg is straight and the leg is grounded. Okay, I'm going to take my right fingertips to the sky. So right knee bent, right fingertips to the sky. The other arm is going to assist me and I'm going to reach the fingertips up towards the sky and I'm going to use the other arm to help me draw up. Okay, so if I switch direction, you'll be able to see what the other arm does. Okay, so fingertips in the sky, reach that up into a seated position and then we lower that down. Okay, so we use the left elbow and forearm to assist us up to roll position. We roll down, controlling that movement through the abdominals. Okay, and again, the goal here is to be able to do this fluently. And as you do it, I really want you to think about working through those abdominals, okay? So gentle engagement through there as we draw it up. And then control, control, control. Use the arm if you need to. Keep everything grounded. And take it down. Okay, if that feels super challenging and you can't get yourself up, all I want you to do for now is just gently reach and then lower. Okay, so get used to engaging through the abdominals, offloading the neck, gently rolling the chin towards the chest, reach the fingertips to the sky, and we draw it down. Okay, if you've got someone that can help you at some point to practice this, get them to take hold of the hand pointing towards the sky and just assist you by pulling you up into this position. Okay, only takes a little bit of assistance, that goes a long way. Okay, switch to the other side now. So I've got my left knee bent, left fingertips to the sky. Okay, the right arm's going to assist me, and then we draw that up into a tall position. We roll it back down. Okay, draw the fingertips up to the sky, tall seated position. We roll it back down. So remember, if that's too challenging, all we do is tuck the chin towards the chest, reach the fingers and draw it down. So you can see it's a subtle movement, a little bit like a crunch, okay? But the goal is to be able to draw that up and then roll it down. Okay. Draw it up, roll it down. And we're going to do one more repetition. Remember that engagement through the abdominals. Roll it up, control it down. Okay, amazing. So again, hug the knees to the chest, give them a little wiggle, massage that lower back into the mat. Okay, we're going to take one leg down, ground the leg, one knee to the chest. We use the opposite hand to draw the knee across the body, and the other arm is going out to the side. We're grounding through the shoulder. Okay, and we use the leg of the lever just to roll through that pelvis. Roll back to center, and we go the other side. Okay, so knee to the chest, use the opposite hand to draw the knee across the body. Arm out to the side, and we use that leg of the lever just to roll through that pelvis. And hold that position. Okay, we roll back to center, and we're just going to ground the feet, and we're going to work through the shoulder bridge. Okay, so nice connection of the feet to the ground. We scoop the tailbone under, flatten the lower back to the mat. The arms are down by the side. And then we lead with the pelvis, pelvis to the sky, squeeze through the glutes, top, and then we roll it back down, mobilizing through the spine. Okay, so we're just going to do a couple more repetitions like that. Pelvis to the sky, squeeze through the glutes at the top, and then we roll it back down. Okay, once more, scoop it under. Pelvis to the sky, squeeze through the glutes at the top, and roll it down. Okay, so now the progression we're going to do today, we're going to stagger the stance. So we draw one heel toward the bottom, we step 1 foot away from us. Okay, we go exactly the same. We scoop it under, pelvis to the sky, squeeze through the glutes at the top. The feet remain grounded. We roll it back down. Okay, so keep those feet nice and grounded, scoop under, pelvis to the sky, squeeze through the glutes, and roll it back down. I'm going to do one more. Scoop it under, there we go, squeeze through the glutes at the top, and roll it back down. We're going to switch to the other side. Scoop it under. We go to the sky, squeeze through the glutes, we roll it back down. We go again. Squeeze through those glutes at the top. Keep the feet connected to the ground. Roll it back down. And I'm going to do that once more. Roll it back down. Take the arms overhead, straighten through the legs and lengthen through the body. Draw the belly button towards the spine to get a nice bit of release around the rib cage and abdominals. And then take yourself into a nice, comfortable position wherever that may be. And we're just going to take a moment to breathe, to rest, and to just create a nice state of calm through the body. So just for a moment, we're going to disconnect from everything around us and really draw our awareness and our focus onto our breath. It's a really powerful tool that we have with us all the time. So I just want you to notice the rhythm of your breath, the pattern. And the goal is to create a deep, relaxed, steady breath. And as you breathe in, we're filling the body with air right down to our pelvis. So we get a gentle rise through the tummy. And as you breathe out, we're allowing the body to melt down towards the ground. So we notice the areas of the body in connection with the mat and the ground. We allow them to melt down. A nice full breath in. Just imagining you're filling your body with air. Gentle rise through the tummy. A nice long breath out where we allow the body to melt down towards the crown. We're just going to add a count to our breath. We're going to count to 4 on our breath in. We're going to pause for the count of 4. We're going to breathe out for the count of 6. And we're going to pause for the count of 4. So it's all the 4s except for the breath out, which is a count to 6. So allow yourself to settle into a rhythmical breath. You shouldn't feel awkward or uncomfortable. So if you need to modify it, fine tune it, you can. You breathe in for 4. We pause for 4. We breathe out for 6. We pause for 4. And we bring ourselves back to our natural breath. We give our toes a wiggle, our fingers a wiggle. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring ourselves into seated position. We're just going to cross those legs, relax the hands down onto the knees. We're going to take our chin down to the chest, creating length through the neck. We're going to roll the ear to the shoulder. We roll the chin back to the chest, and then we move in the opposite direction, ear to the shoulder. Roll back to center, ear to the shoulder. And then we're going to take a little glance to the sky to just place a bit more emphasis down to the front of the neck. Chin to the chest, ear to the shoulder, and glance to the sky. Really nice release through the neck. We settle back to center, and then we're just going to gently rotate through the neck, just taking a look over to the shoulder. Super simple exercise, but really important. To keep that nice range of movement through the neck. We settle back to center, and then we are done and dusted.